Girl. Okay, this is a little bit weird because I'm not, I mean, I have not been like filming my show, in a hot second. And it's because, there is a lot of things happening right now and I'm in bed right now. But I just literally finished watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season premiere, and I had so many thoughts. And the thing is, like, I am not sure if I'm gonna be able to like film my regular show like this week. So I was like, I don't know what to do because I have all of these thoughts, and I just want to talk to you guys to see what do you think about the whole um situation, right? I feel like, guys, if you have been with me for a very long time, you know that Real Housewives of Beverly Hills have been one of those shows, have been my favorite show forever. The reason why I start doing these videos was because of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I am like a huge, huge fan, and I'm seeing this show like evolve season after season. And I know a lot of you have thought that the past few seasons, it has been not bad, but like it has not been like the most amazing things that we have watched, right? And I, agree with some of those sentiments, of course. This is not the same show that we used to watch, I'm like, where are the Amsterdams, like where are you stole my damn house, or like so many things that happened before, at the beginning of the show and for so many seasons, um I'm gonna be very honest with you. I think, of course, the show suffered a lot when Lisa Vanderpump left, and then we thought that it was going to be really good after, everything that went down with Erica Jane, and we thought that people were gonna really hold them, accountable, and like it was going to be a really good story to like watch unravel. But and that really never happened, actually. In fact, the only thing that Bravo has allowed is for Erica to have somehow of like a redemption arc, which has a lot of fans very divided, like a lot of people think that, it's okay wherever, wherever happened in the past, whoever lost their money, oh, their loss, it is what it is. And there are, of course, the other fans who said, like, oh, no, she still has all of this blood money. Where is she getting money from? How is she paying for everything, So it's a little bit hard to, like, really enjoy watching the show when she is in there because everything is just a question mark, right? Um, and I think because of that, also the show start kind of like suffering a little bit more because I feel that there was a shift on the show where realness got lost, right? We know Beverly Hills is Beverly Hills. We know there is a lot of fakeness, air kisses, blah blah blah, because that's how people live here, right? Um, and I think that that has been part of the show forever. But for some reason, before, and I have to, like, it really pains me, but even when Lisa Rena was there was at least a sense of realness, right? There was a sense of like people just going places where they were supposed to go. And I feel that those places were lost, with Lisa Vanderpump gone, even Lisa Rena gone. It kind of like, I don't know what direction this show took, but at some point it just become like no one wants to talk about anything. No one wants to mention anything. Everything needs to be like hush hush, And it's like, then what the fuck are we gonna be talking about, And the few people that are actually want to talk about it, like Dorit, we don't really care that much, right? The divorce of Dorit and PK has been painful to watch because we don't care, you know I have been going through every single social media, like reading a lot of comments from everywhere, and people really don't care about the divorce, like they are like, the only reason why Dorit got sorry guys, so hype last season was because she went after Kyle, and that kind of like kept people interesting. But like the divorce in itself, No one cares. No one cares that he's gone. No one cares that he's dating other people. No one cares who he's dating. Like, I think we lost interest in the read even before the robbery. And she got, I think the only thing that she has going on for herself right now, it's becoming a little bit of like Alisa Rena, where like her only storyline is coming after other people. However, let's talk about the episode in itself, right? I feel that this season, for the first time, it's kind of like make me feel things a little bit different. It was not supercharged when it comes to like drama and stuff, but it kind of like made me feel like something inside of me was kind of like waking up and kind of like getting a little bit of sense from old Beverly Hills. And I don't know if I'm the only one, right? Look, there were parts where I'm like, girl, like the beginning, the intros were super cringy. Like Erica Jane watching that car, I was like, girl, like, can you leave the list in peace? Like it was so cringy to watch. It was so like kind of like fake, right? And like Sutton in the horse smiling, and like it was so obvious that they filmed that for the intros, right? That it was a little bit cringy. But after that, I start getting a little bit more into the storylines of each one. Of course, I have my thoughts. I know a little bit more than the regular viewer, because of my position here and like the people that I talk to, and just the rumors and the nastiness of the Beverly Hills streets, right? So like I know a thing or two, right? So it kind of like made me think twice when I see some of these women acting a certain way. And I'm trying, of course, it is easy to me to call the bullshit, and to be like, girl, come on, right? There are things that I can share, there are things that I cannot share. It's just the way that it is over here. And, eventually we will talk about everything. But I mean, I'm a supporter of Bravo. I'm a supporter of the show. So, like, I just don't want to, like, mess the show in itself. But let's try to go every appearance one by one. Uh, uh, let's get it out of the way. Kyle Richards. I know that some of you guys don't like Kyle. I am a person that I could never hate Kyle. I could never. I can be mad at her and I can scream at the TV and being like, what the fuck are you doing, girl? And I will call her out when I feel that I need to call her out, but it's never coming from a place of hate or a place of like, you fucking bitch. No, because Kyle, she is my OG. I have been watching this show from the very beginning, and I have a lot of appreciation for Kyle. I love her family. I just love her family, and I love how to see her evolve through all of this, and through like the separation of Mauricio, and all of that. So watching her with her daughters, girl, I think it's such a beautiful scene. That's one to me. Watching Kyle and her daughters is one of those families that I just enjoy watching on TV, because you can tell that they're just being real, they're being pure, they are being amazing. You know what I mean? And you can tell how open the family really is. I think finally we are reaching a point where like they are all moving on from the divorce, and like there are no more sadness to share, because it's just where we are right now. Like Mauricio is out. My hair is a mess. I'm sorry, guys. Mauricio is out. I mean, Kyle is trying to live her life. I don't know if she's going to be a lesbian or not. She's bisexual. She kind of like said it the other day. Um, at this point, I'm like, girl, just do whatever you want to do. I just don't feel that Morgan Wade is for her, to be honest. But like, It is what it is, but at this point, I don't even really care about that anymore, I'm like, okay, let's see how you are going to engage with the other women and see if you are actually going to bring us good drama, and a good reality show. I love that Kyle is actually being a little bit real when it comes to her friendship with Dorit, and she's being like, we are not okay. She has said it on interviews, and now we can actually see it, and she's like, I don't think we're going to be okay. And I think Kyle is just discovering that Dorit has never been a real friend. The whole thing of like, are you still talking to PK? Did you cut ties? It gets so tiring. And guys, I think it is time. I think we know, but I think it's time for some of the other girls to understand that Kyle is probably good friends with PK. Period. I'm good friends with PK. I am not good friends with Dorit. If Kyle will say those words, it will be so much easier because it's kind of like stop trying to push some kind of loyalty with Dorit. If Kyle wants to be friends with PK and is better friends with PK than with Dorit, it is what it is. But of course, Kyle has a lot of problem saying it because it's like breaking some kind of like girl code, and it's like, girl, you can only have a girl code between your actual friends. The rest of the girls, who gives a fuck? Okay, like, who cares, right? So I'm just like, ugh, it just like, it is what it is. Like, yeah, you're talking to PK, we all know it shouldn't be like Bosoma, like, move on from that. No one cares that Kyle is talking to PK, all right? um, so yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But I think that drama is going to be on point for the season. I think at some point we need to understand that, some of these friendships are not meant to be forever. And after I finally were able to move on from Lisa Vanderpump and Kyle Richards' friendship, I'm like, any other friendship, I just don't give a fuck. So let her go. Let her, do her thing, right? With Dorit. And I think it's going to be good. It's gonna be worth it for us. What else do we have over here? We got the introduction of Rachel Soul. I love her. I mean, look, I never watched the original show, so I don't know her from that. It is very obvious that she joined this show to drag her ex-husband as much as she could. I'm not upset by it. The girl has fashion. The girl's outspoken. The girl is BFF with Kathy Hilton. That's the only thing that I need to know. Honestly, I'm like, Rachel, do that, girl, because you dress amazingly. Okay, the few, I think we saw two or three different outfits of Rachel on this first episode. Every single one was done to perfection from head to toes. This girl knows about fashion, and probably, difference from like other fashionistas in the show, she probably actually owns all of her clothes. You know what I mean? So, I think Rachel is going to be doing amazing. I really hope that she lasts in this show for like many, many years because I can see her. I can see that she has that real housewife potential. Now, um, we need to talk about Sutton. I don't understand what is going on with Sutton, you know? And I know this was filmed 6, 7 months ago, and things are gonna be changing. This probably was very fresh after New York, like they call the reunion, right? I There is something that doesn't make sense to me. Her friendship, her broke friendship with Garcelle, it doesn't make sense. And now we have her, broken friendship with Avi. And I don't understand why she's trying to change the narrative of what went down. You know? Um I know for a fact Sutton had Avi for 13 years. He knows all of her secrets. He knows everything about her. How, after 13 years of knowing someone, you are going to let him go and there was no drama, but because there was no drama, and then this person is not talking to me at all, and now things are getting complicated? That doesn't sound like you did not do anything and that you part ways amicably. That doesn't sound like you sit down and have a conversation where you said, Avi, you have been with me for 13 years. You have been amazing. I have this sense of loyalty to you. So I'm going to give you, this huge amount of money because I'm a freaking millionaire. So I could literally give you, I don't know, $1 million and I will still be okay. And I will be giving you something for you to move on with your life, after all of the good things that you did for me for 13 years. I don't think that conversation went that way. Well, let's just say that I know that conversation did not went that way. So why is she changing that narrative? It's because Avi is gonna be coming after her legally, because there is a lot of ways that Avi could come after Sutton legally. We all know that, you know um there is a lot of pieces missing on this puzzle when it comes to Avi and when it comes to Garcelle, because it does not make any sense. The Sutton that we saw on the show changed completely at the reunion, and it's a completely different person to the Sutton that we are watching right now on the show, and I don't understand what it is. Did someone new came in the picture and is giving you weird advices? Or are you not really thinking things through? In this world, and especially in Beverly Hills, one of the things that we value the most is loyalty. You don't break loyalty, and you don't break it from A to B and from B to A. No matter that he is your employee, you should have had some loyalty towards Avi, just like Avi should have loyalty towards you. And I feel that that loyalty was broken, you know? And the worst part is, I don't think that she has her story straight. I don't think she actually sit down and say, okay, what I am actually going to say to everyone who is going to be asking me about Abby, because it seems confusing. Everyone is having a lot of questions. What really went down with Abby? Why did you let him go? What was the cataclysm? Because we know for sure Abby did not quit. So he was fired. You know, why would you fire someone after 13 years? Unless he was stealing from you, or, I don't know, having a secret book that he was going to release with all of your information. I don't know. Unless something like extra shady like that happened, there is really no reason to fire someone who knows every single one of your secrets for 13 years. And watch it. I mean, you watch the show, you see it looks confusing. It looks like she doesn't know what she is talking about, you know, and that is dangerous. That leaves a lot of questions to be open. So I don't know, you know. I mean, I think we will be talking more as the episodes keep coming, But I'm starting to have the sense, and this is like my inner witch talking, that there will be a lot of secrets from Miss Sutton Stracke who will be exposed in the next months or years, and I think she needs to prepare for that, to be very honest. Um, what else? I mean, Bosoma didn't really share absolutely anything. We didn't have Jennifer Tilly, and of course, we have Kathy Hilton, our queen Kathy. I mean, I feel like she is just made for TV. I'm so sorry, but the moment that she sit down and pull out those jeans from her purse, that's the only thing that we ask from Kathy. Just that already made the whole episode way better. When she is randomly taking scissors and cutting her hat, that's all I need. That's all I need. That already made this episode amazing. Um, Kathy is the comedy relief. Kathy is the class of the show, and she doesn't really need to do much. I love that you can see that she's actually really good friends with Rachel. And I love that we're seeing more, of everyone kind of like getting involved, a little bit more. So there is no more to really explore. When it comes to Erica Jane, I cannot talk too much. Honestly, I just don't care. Erica Jane and Dorit Kemsley, I just don't care. I'm not gonna be mean about it. I don't think it really matters anymore. I just, for me, doesn't really care. I don't care that she's dating. I don't care if she did something with someone at BravoCon. I don't think if she's dating a bodyguard. I just don't care. It's not that interesting to me anymore. So I think that's it, guys. I know I was a lot of thoughts, but I told you, like, I needed to put this out there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. How do you feel about the new season 15 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Um, Leave me all of your comments from every single one of the women and absolutely everything else. Guys, before I go, I want to thank you so, so much for every single one of you who sent toys to the toy drive. Okay. Officially, the list, ends today. However, it will be online for the next couple days. We are um, putting everything together, and then we are gonna get the appointments with the charities to take the toys, and that is gonna be happening probably next week. So we decided to just leave the list during the weekend. If you want to send an extra toy or whatever, you can still do it. The list will still be there, and we're probably gonna be taking the toys at some point when we got it's by appointment. So you have to, like, really, they will tell you, oh, come on Wednesday or whatever they tell us. So, but I want to thank you very much, every single one of you. You guys were amazing. We are gonna be putting a smile in so many kids these holidays, and it really, really warmed our hearts to be able to do this. Um, Help, and collaborate with these charities who, with these, people, little kids that they don't have absolutely anything, or maybe they lost absolutely everything, and just one toy can change your, at least your day. So thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it, guys. You guys were incredible. The link is going to be in the description below if you want to keep sending anything else. All right. That's it for today. I love you guys. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you around. See ya. Bye.